di majalah Dewan Masyarakat. Kasih Ahmad misalnya ikut serta dalam polemik itu dan bertanya orang Melayu sebenarnya hilang berani atau sudah berpuas hati. Kasim melihat bahawa orang Melayu tidak lagi berani mengkritik dirinya sendiri. Dan Kasim mengatakan bahawa ini adalah satu kesilapan kerana kalau kita tidak mengkritik diri, kita tidak akan tahu kesilapan kita sendiri dan bagaimana kita hendak membetulkan kesilapan itu. Artinya apabila kita tidak tahu pokok pangkal ceritanya, bagaimana kita hendak bersuara. Tetapi yang menarik daripada polemik itu adalah pandangan daripada Rustam Sani. Rustam menyebut bahawa bukan orang Melayu tidak berani, tetapi ini persoalan yang saya sebutkan tadi, iaitu kita perlu tahu kita sebenarnya hendak apa sebelum kita berjumpa dengan hero. Sebab Rustam bertanya, apakah destiny orang Melayu itu sebenarnya? Orang Melayu ini hendak dibawa ke mana? Orang Melayu ini hendak tujuannya ke mana? Apabila kefahaman tentang hala tuju itu sudah tidak ada, kalau berani sekalipun, apa yang hendak disuarakan? Jadi itu saya rasa yang harus kita fahami terlebih dahulu sebelum kita menyentuh lebih dalam tentang Mencari Hero.
Terima kasih Azam. Yes, some house cleaning. First, I would like to thank Galeri Chandan. I wanted this art exhibition bukan makan di tiup angin. Was held in Penang as a fringe of the Jodhpur Festival. And it's obviously inspired by Bukan Dalam di Tiup Angin, the first play done by Nordin Hassan when he was a lecturer at SITC in Tanjung Malim. And it was rated today as still the first important play written by a playwright in the aftermath of May 13, 1969. So today I think the challenges that we have, other than the unnecessary deaths of fellow Malaysians in May 13, May 14, May 15, 1969, I think we're facing almost with the same issue, and identity crisis, and also directional crisis, especially in the 21st century. So I'd like to thank Chandan for giving me the opportunity to host this, work with them to host this exhibition, and actually some kind of risk to them also. And I'm also thankful to everybody that come here. These are the crowd. They have never turned up for, most of them have never turned up for Fergana show, because we always treated as a little bit of a, I wouldn't say middle class, but people come to my Fergana art exhibition, they come here, they ended up with having a headache. So I hope you don't have a headache. So the feature meant that there's only 5 artists that exhibited here. Masnur, thank you very much. His work is becoming the backdrop of the show. Masnur has Saudagar Angin, and you can obviously see the metaphor, a very moody piece, and it's not cheerful at all. But Masnur has also, in a way, challenged the Newtonian laws of physics, which is does the apple fall below the tree? So we look at the image of Dr Azam, frontal, playing golf in the jungle. He developed Felda, and now his son, facing backwards, a bit too scared to face reality, playing golf also. And in the process, you have all sorts of decay of a socialist experiment of Felda, oil palms estate and whatnot. So anyway, that's a separate story. We have the other artist, Mansoor Ibrahim, who was, from a distance, obviously, was exploring the idea of displacement, because the refugee crisis in Europe, crossing the Mediterranean, for a new way of living, and for a new way of life, or just survival. And then, of course, Hawari Ibrahim, cliche, he superimposed himself into a famous icon of Malaysia at the moment, the First Lady. But that's okay. And then you have Tan Nancy, who work on food. And my take is that it's an interesting, very engrossing, serious work. Too intense for my liking, but anyway, we showed it the food. But when it boils down, and when push comes to shove, Malaysians just unite around food. That's the only thing that we find ourselves in common. And of course, the young talent, the other artist, Alex Lee, an architect turned artist, turned carpenter, for my carpenter at one time. He made up a very good work, exploring work. One is Kabarangin, which we showed at the beginning of this year. Another one is Melawan Arus, where doesn't matter what you do, you can twist, you turn your head up and down, the big power will still be in control. So that's a little bit of something to look forward to for GE14 if you want the big power not to be in control. But anyway, before I give to Saudara Mat, Azam, we will have questions and answers and whatnot later after Mat, and you can ask them any question that you want. It's free for all. You can ask questions about Malays, about non-Malays, about Malaysians, about pendatang, and whatever you want. But before I hand this thing to Mat, I just want to remind of a journalistic report in about the 1601 or 1605, when the remnants of the Malacca Sultanate moved to Johor, and they set up their kingdom in Batu Sawar, and also later on they moved up to Johor Lama, and which is this is the original capital of state of Johor. I'm not sure whether people know where Batu Sawar is, but anyway, it's up on the Johor River. And at that time, the Dutch were thinking, should Johor, should Batu Sawar be the choice ahead of Batavia, ahead of Jakarta, to be their center for the spice trade. And so they hired a couple of journalists, and one of the journalists reported to Admiral MacLeaf, which is quite interesting. He said that he was assessing the potential leaders. One of the leaders is Raja Kecil, and the other one is Raja Bongsu. I think both of them. One, who is the leader that you should choose? And so he wrote a report, which is in the archives in University of Leiden at Amsterdam. He wrote a report about the qualities of this leader. The Raja Bongsu, who is eventually, I think his descendants, eventually became the Sultan of Johor now. Raja Bongsu, first, this is a description. He wakes up late. Every day he woke up late. He woke up almost before noon. He has his shower, and then he drinks. He have a little bit of food, and then he drinks a bit of wine, arak, and then he entertain himself with a dayang, and then on income, to generate income, he charged toll, he charged taxes, collect toll. So that is the description of one of the Malay leaders in the 1605 or 1601, something like that. So it's a very interesting description. So you have to ask yourself, and Mat Khalid will tell us, is it still the same? Mat Khalid.
Terima kasih Saudara Jafar and my friend Azam. Ini cakap Melayu ke mungkin? Saya cakap Melayu lah. Cakap Kedah. Okay. This topik ni penting, mencari hero. Bukan mencari hero adalah hero seseorang, sepolan hang tuah ke hang jebat ke, tetapi tanpa kita sedari memang kita selalunya mencari hero. Apa yang kita cari sebenarnya adalah nilai-nilai hero itu, disebut nilai-nilai hero itulah. Dan selalunya nilai-nilai ni adalah a reflection of our values. Selalu kita dengar hero, siapa hero? Siapa hero? Terutama orang Melayu, siapa hero? Selalu ada dua. Kalau kita ambil history, hang tuah ataupun hang jebat. Dua-dua is not a good hero. Walaupun award yang paling bagus untuk berani, hang tuah. Ada setengah untuk yang lebih rebel, si jebat. Perempuan sama, Tun Fatimah. Tun Fatimah also is not a good hero. Ni jangan kecap saya lah, ni apa yang saya baca. And you can see the values. I will explain why. Saya akan huraikan pasal apa tuah jebat Tun Fatimah buat hero-hero kita. Sebenarnya bukan sepertinya yang patut menjadi hero yang kita sanjungi. Jika nilai-nilai yang ada pada hero-hero kita ini tidak bersesuaian dengan universal values, bertimbang rasa, peduli kepada isu-isu kemasyarakatan. Nak jadi hero dulu tak tak susah. Kita tak boleh blame hang tuah juga. Macam mana dulu kalau nak jadi orang istana, dia ada kriteria dia. Macam kita tahu kriteria, kena baca buku ni, Konsep Hero of Malay Societies. Saya quote kat sini. Ini berdasarkan tulisan Prapangka, 14th century Javanese writer. Untuk masuk istana, untuk join istana ni lah, dia kena ada skill in this field. Memburu. Okay, logik. Memburu, tangkap ikan, berjudi, penting. Pandai cakap, small talks, penting. Berlawan, fighting, penting. Main sport, penting. Enjoy sceneries, also penting. You tak enjoy sceneries, tak boleh. Dan lagi yang paling penting juga adalah I don't know how to say this, be able to participate in love making. Kena pandai make love. Tak pandai, tak boleh masuk istana. Ini value-value yang ditekankan oleh pihak feudal untuk menjadi part of the feudal court. Jadi kita tengok nilai-nilai hero kita ni ada nilai negatif. Hang tuah jadi Laksmana sebab apa? Sebab apa dia Laksmana? Dia culik Tun Teja, dapat jadi Laksmana. Kita tengok juga Sultan punya pemikiran pada masa itu. Dia minat sangat kat Tun Teja. Anybody that can bring Tun Teja to me, I'm willing to give half of my kingdom to those who get Tun Teja. Ada buku yang tulis is not Hang Tuah, is Hang Nadir. Tapi ada yang tulis is Hang Tuah. Kita puja Hang Tuah. Jangan kecam lah. Ni Shaharuddin Maaruf, nak kecam dia. Kita puja hero Hang Tuah. It's the wrong values. Bila Sultan kata dia, basically, I have to kill you, what are the words? The first word come out from Hang Tuah. He was unjustly being judged, being punished. Kata pertama daripada keluar pada mulut dia, Alhamdulillah. Ini tak betul. Bukan dia kena judge, unjustly judge. First time, second time pun sama. Blind loyalty is his characteristic, which is not good value, not Islamic value, not democratic value. Blind loyalty. Kita tengok pula hero, nilai-nilai hero yang kedua, Hang Jebat. Hang Jebat pula, dia kata bagus, dia rebel. But when he rebel against Sultan, apa dia buat? Dia pergi mengamuk, bunuh orang. Tak apa. Dia pergi, orang Penang kata dia pergi balas. Dia pergi balas gundik-gundik raja. Dia pergi rogol lah basically, gundik-gundik raja. Sultan tak, kita tak apa lagi lah, bagi canah dia marah. Dia balas gundik dia tu, dia masuk istana lah. Dah dia balik gundik raja. Dia balas, cannot say balas because it's FB line, right?
Yeah.
Oh, jumpa. Sultan only put a stop to it when he made love to Sultan's favorite concubine. Then you cross the line. He did not cross the line when he killed 40 people at the market. He did not cross the line when he go and rape few of the Dayang. He only crossed the line when he go and rape Sultan's favorite concubine. Not a good values of Sultan, not a good values of Hang Jebat. Our hero, lelaki lah, perempuan pun sama. Tun Fatimah, our hero. What did she do? Tun Fatimah kahwin dengan Tun Ali. Masa kahwin, Sultan bin, bendahara sebab tak beritahu. Anak-anak cantik ni, jamu ni, jealous, geram. What did Sultan do? Cari pasal bendahara ni, and there were rumors that bendahara nak dethrone the Sultan, kill the Sultan, kill the bendahara and kill Tun Ali. Tun Fatimah kahwin dengan Sultan. Tun Fatimah tak mau makan, tak mau minum, tak pernah senyum. Sultan kata sebab bila dapat anak, gugong. Aborted. Tun Fatimah miscarriage on purpose. Sultan kata sebab ada sultanah, ada anak. Kita, what's the point of me giving you a son when that kid gonna become a sultan when you no longer around? What did the sultan do? Bunuh budak tu. So Tun Fatimah punya anak boleh jadi raja. also not good values. But our top schools, girls' schools, what are the schools name? Kita award paling tinggi, award. These are not good values. Has the value changed from zaman daripada sejarah Melayu? Salah satu tajuk sejarah Melayu salah satu Selatin, Ethic of Kings. Ethic has not changed. Kita tengok daripada zaman Melayu, ni semua daripada sejarah Melayu. Lepas itu zaman lepas zaman Melayu, in the 16th century, more than that, before when the British came, daripada buku hikayat pelayaran Abdullah. I rasa dia lazy actually, Abdullah ni. Sebab apa? Dia dapat surat nak hantar ke Sultan Kelantan, dia stop mengata, dia stop Pahang, duduk orang lama, dia stop dengan surat sampai lambat. But it gives him perspective. And he's the first saya cakap dengan campur aja. Kami orang Pulau Pinang dulu ada British, so campur English dengan Melayu. Antara Sultan. He's the first person who seriously raised the issue of the poverty of the Malays and backwardness of the Malay. And his thesis is simple. People say Melayu lazy. He said cannot be lazy. Yeah, that's the effect. It's not the cause. What is the cause? Because the link. If you're not lazy, why you work hard? Because you know if you work hard, there's a reward to it. Reward that benefit your society, that benefit your children, benefit the development of the country eventually. During feudal times, there's the link between reward and hard work has been cut by the ruling elites. Why should I work hard? I work hard, tanah ada padi lebih, Sultan sapu. Colonial rule also, colonial policy also play a role lah. But the reward has been cut, and we cannot also forget at the same time during the Dutch policy, dulu orang Melayu saudagar, Melaka and port. So you need huge skill, good skill, important skill, global skills that people value, market value. But during Dutch time, I monopolize everything except I don't want to deal with many saudagar. I'm only going to deal with you. And who are you? Either the Sultan or pembesar. So you eliminate the rest of the merchant class, business class. And that's the start declining of the Malay business community, not because of the lazy, because it makes sense. Why should I work hard? Not only the rulers going to take, or the elites going to take whatever I produce, hard work. Kalau dia nampak anak comel pun dia sapu. So no point, I stay low. Even I have a lot of assets. Bila main zaman perang, dia panggil konsep kerah. You have to serve your master. You're not being paid. Once you're paid, kalau you ada harta, jadi untuk buat perang. So the link is important. The cut of the link to reward and effort. Do we see this now? Is there a sense of another 5 minutes? We stop here. Is there a sense of fatalism among Malays? Kalau baca dalam Facebook comment, there seems to be like a sense of fatalism. Tak boleh buat apa dah. Nasib dah tak boleh buat apa dah. Kerja kuat pun, susah pun, syurga guarantee miss. There's some truth in that. Because the value again, the hero, kita punya hero, usually have a feudal attitude with a materialistic mindset. The hero now. Who's our hero? Mesti rakyat besar, rumah besar, powerful. Orang keliling dia pun mesti powerful, kerana orang keliling terlebih. Sejarah Melayu banyak orang suka stil. The sense of fatalism is not misguided, because and this has impact on the concept and ideas of development, which is the thesis of Shaharuddin Maaruf, another book. If you have some money, please buy. You don't have to buy my book. Make sure you buy both Shaharuddin Maaruf books. Ideas on development and concept of hero in Malay society. How we value heroes has influence on policies. Even now, our policy or our targets, for instance, to be rich, to be high income. Now, right? I have to choose my words very carefully.
It's okay, we just close the door so you can...
You did not close that. We want to be a high-income society. Although you have to credit government in 11 Malaysian plans, it has to be inclusive, benefit all. But for a long time, who's our hero, who's successful, are all measured in materialistic lens, from capitalist lens. It's not about values. Those berhati besar, care about society, never been mentioned or been sidelined. Those who speak the truth be sidelined, not absolute loyalty, which we should value, being silent. And this has impact on development. I give you an example tadi, nak jadi negara kaya. It's quite easy to be a negara kaya. It's not difficult at all to be a negara kaya. You go and cut all the trees, your GDP goes up. You legalize prostitution, which Italy and Britain did. I think 2-3 years ago, GDP goes up. You legalize prostitution and gambling or black economy. You destroy forests. You don't care about environment. You don't care who gets what. More people like Jeff is good. Jeff is a good person. That's an example. More rich people is good. Being rich is glorious. Huh? I'm not saying being rich is bad, but it's not inclusive. You have also to think of who gets what. Either there's mobility among society. If you only think that being rich is a good thing, you forget about the rest. And you want to reach to become rich, your value is going to be adjusted. Perhaps you're going to do whatever it takes to become rich. It's not. You'll be inconsiderate towards future generations. It's not good values. I wanted to say certain things. When Jeff asked to speak here, I said, macam mana nak cakap dengan art? I don't know. He said, no, you have to bring economics to it. If you don't change how we how we define heroes, we'll be in trouble. The heroes that we want must have correct values, universal value, progressive values, because this is important for development of the country. If we ignore this, focusing more on development in capitalist sense, I'm not saying I'm a Marxist or socialist, which I'm not, we're going to have an issue. As it is, we have an issue. You take example of poverty rate. Our poverty is 0.4 in urban, 0.4 urban I think also is 0.4. Yeah, rural areas about 1%. Basically no poverty. In KL no poverty, in Putrajaya there's no poverty. We know this is not true. If you look, you use the definition of bank negara, comfortable living. I would define this not comfortable living, the level of hidup bermaruh. You can make choices. You can use opportunities. 1/3 of us, 1/3 of those in KL, we below this line. Considered poor. Not a poor in sense tak cukup makan, but tak boleh hidup bermaruah. It's not to say that what we have done is wrong. We have done a fantastic job. Malaysia has done a fantastic job. Pat on our back, but the goalpost has changed. We want to be developed nation. The indicator must be of developed nation indicator. Bank negara kata if you couple with 2 kids, you need at least 6,500 or 6,700 to live comfortably. I would define that as hidup bermaruah di Kuala Lumpur. 1/3 tak hidup bermaruah. It's 33%. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's lebih memalukan jika kita tak acknowledge this is the problem. Nombor 1. Nombor 2, walaupun kemiskinan daripada segi makan kita dah tak ada jenis kemiskinan yang lain. I'm not going to go into kemiskinan jiwa, kemiskinan akal. Bagi saya itu lebih kronik yang menghadapi kita. Kemiskinan kepada budak-budak is also an issue. The level of stunting among kids is not declining, it's been going up. We were interviewed last week by this foreign reporter from America. He showed us a cereal box, because we're talking about stunting. Cereal box. I cannot mention brand, nanti kena sue. Depan cereal box, so I didn't realize it. My kids eat cereal. They chop disyorkan oleh Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia or Kementerian Kesihatan, I couldn't remember. That cereal box has 24% sugar content. Tapi kita promote this. This is not right. The level of poverty in terms of health for our kids are not good. For old age, it's not good. And even if you not poor, you are vulnerable for poverty. You lose your job, 9 out of 10 will be in trouble. And worse, if you're already old, you have no savings. So these issues are, and of course, cost of living going aman, kita tak payah explain. How do you solve all the issues? Those elite, or Shaharuddin Maaruf will call underdeveloped elite, elite that lacks intellectual capacity, who lacks moral, we cannot have them we cannot view them as our hero. The value that they represent should not be our value, more of the universal value, progressive value, which means we have to rethink who is our hero. Let's stop there.
Thank you very much, Matt. Jahbar, now we're going to the most interesting part of the session, questions and answers. And because you can ask anything that you want, so we will, because you want to, you can ask anything that you want. So we will shut down Facebook Live. So then the session is open now. So I hope we will not get into any seditious issues. You can ask seditious questions, but the answer may not be seditious.